and I'm interviewing Frank Lucas, U.S. Representative from Western Oklahoma's 3rd District. Congressman, talk to us about the Ag Bill.
The only thing that's certain about the Farm Bill is that the present one expires at the end of September. So we either have to extend the present bill or write a new Farm Bill. Writing a new Farm Bill means we'll spend less, because the United States House of Representatives this time, we're going to spend less on everything. That's just a given. In the budgetary problems we have, the $1 trillion annual deficits, the $15 trillion national debt, we're going to spend less. So it's how much less? And how do you come up with a bill that spends less, that still provides the kind of farm bill that everyone across the country and in all commodity groups can participate? Sometimes people forget, though, that this farm bill has over time evolved to the point where 75% of all farm bill spending in the last 5-year period will go to social nutrition programs. That leaves the rest for conservation, rural development, the commodity title, farm credit. That's a pretty small slice. So actually, in some ways, it might be better described as a feeding bill that just happens to raise food.
Right.
That's the challenge. And having a conservative United States House, by the definition of the 3rd District of Oklahoma, a liberal president, and a United States Senate where under Harry Reid basically no one's in control, it's hard to make anything legislatively happen. But I'm working very hard across the aisle in the House and across chamber to craft another comprehensive 5-year farm bill.
Has the bipartisan approach on ag issues managed to sustain itself, or is that under stress too?
Up until this point, I would say that we've done amazingly well. In the super committee process, reaching across the aisle on the ag side in the House and to the Senate, we came to an agreement on a bill that would have in effect been a 5-year farm bill with $23 billion in cuts. No other committee, not even the super committee themselves, could agree on anything. The ag committees in the House and the Senate did our work in a bipartisan way. But alas, the super committee process failed, so we start all over again. When we return to Congress under the Ryan budget resolution, we're obligated to come up with $33 billion in existing savings over the next month in present farm bill spending. That's going to be a tough lift, and that's going to be hard on committee and the committee, but we'll do it. Then we'll begin the process of crafting a farm bill. Ultimately, as I've said all along, we'll spend less, but it's still got to be a comprehensive farm bill. We can get it done. It's just going to be really, really tough to do.
Now, excuse my ignorance on the flood control and those aging earthen dams all through the West, an issue you've worked on a lot. Is that through Department of Agriculture, or is that another
the money
another
for the
part of the
upstream
government?
flood control dam program, the rehab program, is a part of the conservation title of the Farm Bill. Yes,
okay.
That's incorporated. It's a relatively small portion, but yes, it is a basic infrastructure element inside the Farm Bill.
And don't the data show that right now those are reaching their lifespan?
The original structures, many of them now cross the 50-year mark. And without rehab, without addressing the let-down pipes and the valve works, and all things that were designed with the best technology in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, then potentially these structures might have to be not only decommissioned but removed. By spending a little money on rehab, using modern alloys in the mechanical parts works, using different composite parts for letdown pipes, we can extend a structure's life from its present 50-year limit by potentially as much as 100 years and spend a very small amount of money to do it. That's been one of my crusade issues, working with the conservation districts in Oklahoma and across the country, and we're going to work very hard to make sure that is properly funded in this farm bill. But all spending's under scrutiny. I mean, in a House where the focus is reducing spending, all spending's under scrutiny. Even programs like this that appear to be beyond question will have to be justified and defended and fought for.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Thank you.